Moving on from question 11 of logical reasoning drill set number 7 to the final question of this drill set, we've got our highlight tool ready to go as always, and we're going to engage the question stem first to identify what we're being asked to do. And in this case, we have a really short stem. We're just being asked how the argument proceeds. So this is ultimately asking a variation of what is often considered a method of argument text. So we're going to read the paragraph on the left-hand side. We're going to identify the conclusion and highlight it for clear reference, and then just kind of broadly summarize mentally what the manner in which this argument reaches that conclusion is. So we're going to begin on the left-hand side, and because we're dealing with a method of argument question, we're probably going to want to be a little bit more deliberate in considering whether the individual statements are facts or opinions, because we know that only an opinion can ultimately be the main conclusion. So the coypu, a rodent native to South America, became a pest in eastern England after it was introduced there in the 1920s. That's just a statement of fact. It became a pest. Wonderful. In 1962, the British government, hoping to reduce the coypu population rapidly, began a program to trap coypus. Again, this is just what the government did. It's not an opinion. Can't be our conclusion. However, the government's claim that its program caused that year's 90% reduction in the coypu population was unjustified, since the first winter of the program was extremely cold and the coypu cannot survive severely cold weather. Be careful to not highlight the entirety of this sentence as the conclusion. The word since indicates premise, so we need to pick up our conclusion just to the word unjustified, and we need to think about how we get to this conclusion. So we've got a scenario that is described. Coypu became a pest. In 62, a plan was enacted to remedy the problem. However, we're being told that the government's statements about how that plan worked are not true because of this other evidence, this other reason that the coypu's population would have gone down that 90% that year. So we've got that mental prediction. We're going to go to our answer choices, seeking reasons to eliminate that we can highlight as we go. So, questioning the accuracy of the government's claim that the coypu population declined by 90% after 1 year. They don't say that it actually went down like 70%. They say it went down this 90%, but it was because of other reasons. It was too cold for it to live. So, choice A kind of dances around the issue, but it articulates it incorrectly and should be eliminated almost immediately. Then, choice B, suggesting that trapping alone would have made no significant difference in the coypu population. It doesn't say that it would have made no significant difference. It's just that their claim that the 90% reduction was unjustified. So it wasn't full 90% of the reduction was due to this government program to trap the coypu. So saying that it made no significant difference is an extreme statement that is simply not how the argument is articulated. Then, choice C, suggesting an alternative explanation for the rapid decline in the coypu population. It's incredibly bland. It's not terribly attractive, but it absolutely matches what we said, which is they gave this other reason to say that the government claim was unjustified. So suggesting an alternative explanation is exactly what happens, and C should be kind of jumping off of the screen as we read it as a match to what we mentally predicted. Then choice D, challenging the idea that the government was justified in reducing the coypu population as drastically and rapidly as it did. No, it's not saying that the government was or was not justified in like lowering the coypu. If anything, it seems like they're just accepting as fact that it was a pest and it needed to be kind of culled, as it were. Then choice E, demonstrating that trapping was not the most effective measure the government could have taken to reduce the coypu population. Doesn't present like an alternative plan. It just says that the plan, while it may have been effective, wasn't as effective because there was another cause for the coypu population to precipitously fall that 1 year. So, of course, we eliminate choice E. We probably would have selected C a little while ago on an actual exam, and hopefully all of the explanations for logical reasoning drill set 7 in this video playlist have helped you work through your own understanding of future LSAT logical reasoning problems such as these.